Have you worked with anyone to obtain a second citizenship in another country? Is it possible for if you are in the private? Okay. Yeah. Well, not necessarily in another country, but getting a world passport. Some people have had issues getting a passport here in this nation. We've helped them by getting a world passport, and they then go and fly around the world without, worry or what have you. Anywhere a United States passport, generally a world passport will go. Um, but to answer your question about having citizenship in another country, be careful because all citizenships in every country are really done under a corporation, and all those jurisdictions will fall back into a pledge under the Securities and Exchange Commission. What do I mean by that? I mean, when you are a have a birth certificate in Australia, go look Australia Republic is registered in the Securities and Exchange Commission under Washington, D.C., and every birth certificate in Australia is traded under the Securities and Exchange in Washington, D.C., under the umbrella of the United States. So when we talk about Babylon and we talk about, these structures, going into another country to get another citizenship, you got to be careful. I'm sure there's a couple private countries out there still. I'm sure a lot of these upper echelon, power hungry guys, you know, I'm sure those guys have figured out how to, keep themselves private and to some degree, but I think they're using different elements right now to do it than we are. But I'll be very careful about the country you choose and pick because I got people saying, I'm going to go down to Mexico, I'm going to get my Mexican residence, and in 5 years I get guaranteed citizenship or whatever. And I'm like, be careful. Then, why would you want that when you can have this? It's completely private, it's under God, there is no jurisdiction over you whatsoever. And they have to honor that. One of the things I'm just going to say, guys, for the record, we just get left alone. I mean, we are honorable men and women too, but we just get left alone. And it's because of the way that we approach that final phase within the living in the private. We do all of our new contracts for the adhesion trust that they have. We do the Department of State. We restructure the United States Post Office, the holding the office of the person, no longer trustee in any of these positions, beneficial interest in all of these positions. And we put it behind an active state, get it published, put it into the public, and then we serve them constructive notice with a copy of a fee schedule. I'd leave us alone too. They have no rights to come after the people once they've created a proper court of record to come out. And that's what we do. And so when people are going through the living in the private, it's a very, very powerful tool. And it's exciting to be able to help people and to know that they are coming out and being in the private. So when you talk about Babylon, well, there's only one nation in the whole world. And I can get into Rev 16, 17, 18, where it really discusses Babylon. And I can show you the difference of Babylon and the whore, meaning the whore Babylon. And I can show you the difference of the whore and, the beast. And I can keep showing you in the scripture where it all lines up with what the United States Corporation is and has done. And so every single country in the world is structured to come under the United States and the Securities and Exchange. And kings and princes, just like the Bible said, made deals for themselves and placated their people under the jurisdiction of the whore. It's crazy. It's crazy how the Bible's coming to life in ways that we never really realized. And for all you Bible haters, calm down. We love you. I love you. I'm just kidding. I don't mean to piss you off or anything.